My name is Charles Stephen Lee. I go by Steve. I served in the U.S. Army, served in Vietnam, 68 to 69, and I made E5, which was Buck Sergeant. It was pretty tough because there was a lot of anti-war demonstrations going on, and even in our own family, there were some people that was against the war. So when we came back, we really didn't want anybody to know that we had served. Even when I came home, I thought, well, I'll go to the VFW club. But then I found out that the VFW club, because they were World War II veterans, had a negative feel for most of us Vietnam veterans. So I even stopped going to that. And I took off my uniform and I put it up, put it in the closet, and I didn't get it out of my closet probably for 15, 18 years. You just didn't want anybody to know that you had served in Vietnam. I had a tough deployment, and I had married this lady once I graduated from college. While I was deployed, I found out that she was having an affair on me with her boss. That kind of set me aside a little bit and put me on a downward cycle. After I got home, the fact that we weren't received well, even by some of my extended family members, I kind of developed a shell around me and was not the husband and father that I should have been. I remarried to a fabulous woman and had 3 children. And I always told her, I will take care of you. I want to be here for you and my children, but just know that I'm going to hunt and fish and do what I want to. And when I retire, that's what I'm going to do. But I would not put any confidence in a woman because I had seen what had happened in my own family and extended families. Then after I started going to an organization called Promise Keepers, and I started having a change of life. And I started seeing things through God's perspective. I was at a meeting in North Carolina, and there was a fella that spoke to us from Atlanta, and I had just a rededication of my life and a reevaluation of my life. And I went home from that, and I asked my wife if I could do something, and she said yes, and I went and got a pan of water, and I sat her down in her bedroom in a chair, and I washed her feet and asked for forgiveness. It was the change of where I became a different man from what I had been in the past. And my attitudes changed. It wasn't overnight, and it was a journey, and I'm still on that journey, but I hope you'll say I'm making progress. I am a blessed man. I have 3 great children and 10 grandchildren, and we're all very close. My mother and father passed away, and I've got a sister. We all live in Franklin together, my family, my primary family. And I've gotten involved in some organizations. I'm involved in Reboot Combat Recovery. And that's an organization where when guys come back from deployment and maybe they have not told their wife or their family what they've gone through, and maybe it's changed it and it's caused problems. It may be alcoholism, drug abuse, or whatever, and they will seek some help. So they come into Reboot Combat Recovery, and there's a group, 12 to 15 to 20 of us that meet. And the first couple of weeks, they will be real ticked off that they're in this meeting. But then when they find out that whatever is said in there stays in there and it's confidential, and people start sharing things, and then these bridges start breaking down. A guy will realize that he's sitting next to a guy that's going through the same thing that he does. Through it all, each week is a different subject. At the end, there's a change of life. And we don't meet in a church because a lot of these guys won't go to a church. We have a graduation, and they invite couples or people, family to come, and they give their testimony of what it's meant to them. And it just makes a big difference because they are able to share with their family, and most of the time with their husband or wife, what's happened to them and why they are like they are, and they're seeking help. And then with the Veterans Treatment Court here in Williamson County, Judge Taylor, there's a thing that If they are put in jail, it might be drug abuse, alcoholism, it might be anger issues, speeding, whatever it is, and they get put in jail for a year, and they agreed to come into the Veterans Treatment Court and get help. Judge Taylor will assign them to get counseling, to meet as a group, to share what's going on in their life, to get help. If they will do that and do everything the treatment court requires, then their record sometimes is expunged or put aside or reduced so they can go home and get their life. Well, problem is, lots of times they may have had to quit their job or they've had to take a reduce in pay. So what happens if they have a car breakdown or the tires go out or they get behind on their payment or the air conditioning goes out? They haven't had a way to get funds to help with that. So we've started an organization that will help people. The city can give tires, or they can say, I've got a heating and air conditioning company. I will give an air conditioner or heater at half price or give it away or install it free. So when these things happen, then they have a way of helping that veteran. Instead of going back to alcoholism or drug abuse, they get help. Then what happens to many of these guys when they go through these treatment courts, they say, I want to be that for other veterans. So they're coming back into the system. I think it's going to take all statewide.